Thanks so much for taking the time to do this with us. Your story and your area of expertise is perfect for what we want to communicate to this audience right now. So it's really great that you took the time to do this, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited about it.
So let's start with your story. I mean, how did you get to be doing what you're doing?
Kind of unique situation, unique story, but I think something that that kind of might fall in line with what a lot of people are kind of experiencing in the world right now, right? And kind of think the reason why you put this together to share this information with people. A lot of people start a business because they've seen their buddy or their friend or somebody else that's doing it, and they want to follow the crowd, or they've seen this person that's got this Ferrari or this Lamborghini, whatever, and all of a sudden they want greater things, right? And for me, that wasn't the case. There's an old, I think kind of an old saying, and certainly something that we speak about in our industry, like, are you chasing the carrot or running from the stick, right? And it's kind of this visual of either you're chasing something greater than what you already have, or you're running from the pain that you're in, right? And that's what motivates you and kind of pushes you to do new things. And certainly that's what happened with me. I mean, I think I was in a situation where I was more running from the stick. When I was 23 or so years old, I was going to medical school. So that was my thing. I was going to be a doctor. And my dad had made a lot of money in real estate. Was in his mid 60s, retired, sold it all, was kind of living life, thought he was done, right? And he invested his money in WorldCom and made one bad investment. And 24 hours after he invested, he lost every single penny of it. I mean, something that you just would never imagine. I live in Mississippi. WorldCom's main headquarters was literally 5 minutes from where I was going to school. And when my dad made this investment, I told him, I'm like, you really shouldn't probably invest all your money in this company. And he said, son, I can go put my hand, I'll never forget him telling me this, I can put my hand on it. He felt so comfortable because it was local and that you could put your hand on it, touch it, it wasn't going anywhere. And 24 hours later, he lost his life savings. And that's what started me down this path. I kind of found myself at a fork in the road where I could either do nothing or I could do something, right? And for me, I wanted to keep my parents in their home. I wanted to, continue to be able to go to school. And that meant trying to figure out how to survive, how to make money. And I looked to the internet to do it because I didn't want to quit school. I wanted to be able to continue what I was doing. So getting a job 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day somewhere else just wasn't an option for me. And, that's what started me on this path was really just trying to help my family.
When you started, did you anticipate that it was going to become what it is for you, or yeah?
No, man, I started selling car parts on the internet. Like, that was my first thing. I had a Ford Mustang my dad bought me when I was 15, and bless him. It's kind of interesting that today is the 2-year anniversary of him passing away. It was actually today when we're filming this, and so it's kind of interesting. I get to talk a little bit about him, and it's a good thing. But he spent all this money on this car for me, and just constantly modifying it, new things on it. And so when this happened, I thought, man, what do I know? Like, what knowledge do I have? And so that was the first thing I thought about was what's my knowledge base? I thought, okay, I know cars. I know this specific car, not all cars, Ford Mustangs. I know this one thing. And then I said, okay, do I know where my customers are? Because if you have a lot of knowledge, but you don't know where the customers that want that knowledge are at, well, it's not going to do you any good, right? So I thought, well, wait a minute, I am my customer. I've been the customer of this car part industry for 5 years. I've spent 6 years, 7 years. I've spent all my dad's money on it. And so I kind of put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, I know this industry. I know this market. I know the customers, and I know where they're at. And so I started out by selling car parts online, man. And for anybody that says, well, I can't do it, I'm not smart enough, I don't have enough time, or people tell me no, you would be shocked at how many no's I got. Because when I wanted to sell these car parts, I wanted to be a direct distributor. Like, I wanted to be the person that bought directly from the people that made the parts, whether it's wheels or superchargers or all these things. And they kept telling me no, because why would they want to sell to a kid in a college dorm room? They want to sell to big stores, right? And all it took was just perseverance, continued pushing. I got one company to say yes. And once I got the one company to say yes, I leveraged that against every other company. And no manufacturer wanted me to be out there pushing one company's products and not theirs. And so all it took was one yes. And that one yes led everybody else to saying yes. And eventually, man, we started out, we did $5,000-$6,000 our first month. And within 6 months, we had blown this up to $300,000 or $400,000 a month, selling car parts on the internet. Never expected it would be. Yeah, just for Mustangs. So it's just for one type of car, not even all cars, just one type. And so people tell me all the time, they're like, well, my niche is too specific and my knowledge base is too specific. And I'm like, I didn't even sell car parts for all Mustangs. It was legitimately for like 8 years of production that I knew and understood. And that was the 8 years of stuff I sold car parts.
Thanks so much for being here and watching that video. And can I ask you to please subscribe to our channel so you can find out when we're posting new content. You'll be alerted right away when we do. To share this with people you think might benefit from the information, and certainly it helps us if you like the video. So if you like what you just saw, go ahead and hit that like button. And again, thank you so much for being here with me right now.